There's a big issue with the modern day and age with men, and probably females too, but I want to focus more on the men in today's video. There's a big issue with essentially doing this. I don't want to say it straight away in the video, right? I want to keep it professional as possible. This and watching the hub. It's a really big problem that a lot of men are experiencing, a lot of men are addicted to, and a lot of men are struggling with. And before you're able to stop the addiction, you have to understand where it's coming from. And that's why in today's video, I'd like to walk you through that exactly, because I understand you need help. And I don't want to just sit here with my privileged ass staying away from porn all the fucking time and not even give you any advice. Let me try and bring you up to this level where you're at least not watching porn. You're at least not doing that. Because porn's the worst thing there is on the planet. Porn's worse than coke. Porn's worse than junk food. Your food is your fuel. But porn takes all of that fuel and fucking rug pulls it. Seed oils give you like 1% for fuel. This thing gives you negative 10% fuel. It's absolutely terrible for you. And that's why I want to actually address this issue today. But before we actually go into how we stop this, first we need to understand where it comes from, how it evolves inside of your mind, how the seed seems to get planted. Because let's be honest with you, you don't just decide one day when you wake up, oh, I'm going to watch porn at 11:55 p.m. You don't decide that. It just comes to you randomly that evening. Maybe 11:40, you have a little bit of an urge, a like flicker, and then you actually just act on it. So the first thing I'd like to ask you, because this is going to be almost like an interactive video, right? I need you to pay attention and actually listen to these questions so you can begin to understand where it's coming from. It's a video directed on porn and jerking off as well, because you need to stop this. You need to stop both realistically. The first thing, where do the urges come from? What scenario do you find yourself with them urges? Is it when you are in bed? Is it when you are sitting on your floor? Is it when you are sitting on your chair and the time on your laptop says 12 p.m. for the next day? You haven't gone to bed yet. Is that the reason? Are there any of these reasons? You need to find out exactly what this trigger is that dedicates you to watching porn, because there's always going to be a trigger. For example, for me, there's a work trigger. I set up, right? I put out the tripod, I put on these lights. So for porn or jerking off, there's obviously a trigger. Do you close your curtains? Do you turn off your devices? Do you put your devices on airplane mode? Like, what is it? What is it exactly? Why would you put your device on airplane mode? Do you get what I'm saying? What is the trigger? I'm just trying to make stuff up. I don't really know. What's the trigger? You need to figure that out. And if you want, you can write it down, or you can speak it aloud and keep it in your mind if your attention span allows you to. But basically, find out what that trigger is and just keep it in head for now. And to be honest with you, even if you click off this video right now, knowing what the trigger is at least allows you to understand on a more conscious level. What is it that's triggering you? Because right now it's subconscious, and therefore it just happens. It's almost like a solar eclipse, right? It just like the lineup just happens and then it just happens. You don't actually know anything about it. This subconscious thought, it just comes to your mind and then you act on it, you impulse on it. Whereas if you knew it was happening and how it happens, perhaps you'd consciously set up to avoid it, and then you'd be able to help yourself a little bit more. So at least consciously know exactly what the issue is. And the second thing I'd like to talk about as well is how jerking off becomes unstoppable. Because now you have your hypothetical set up perfectly, just subconsciously perfectly, except now you know it. So perhaps you try to avoid it a little bit more, but it just happens. Accidentally still, you realise that your phone's on the left instead of the right, your laptop's open and your fan or whatever, your window's not open or something. And it just all aligns. I'm going to keep using the 12 p.m. example, I don't know anything else. Or it's midnight. Midnight, laptop, you know it's time. But now you know consciously, but still, the devil's there. And this is the analogy I'd like to give you. This is the main point of me making this whole video. Except I want to address the whole topic as well. Basically, the devil plants a seed. He says after this setup, come on, you can do it. You don't even need to jerk off. You don't even need to do the bad thing. You just should watch porn. You just should set up these triggers. You just should do this, and then you don't have to jerk off. You can just do it and then leave it be. He lies to you. He mentally manipulates you. And if you don't like the analogy of the devil, well, something in your head is lying to you and basically setting you up for failure. Setting you up for something so bad, so bad, that the Lord doesn't even give you any respect if you do it. He just sends you straight to hell, right? And that's in multiple religions as well. So you can disagree and say it's not the devil, but Personally, I'm using the devil. If you don't like that, you can piss off and keep watching porn, alright? So the devil plants this seed in your head and keeps feeding it. He keeps almost trying to like sow your fields. If you understand your mind as a field, he's trying to put in a seed and take care of it. Once it roots to the bottom, it feels unstoppable. You just can't let it do that. And the reason is, so then he has full control of you. Normally, the devil is not in control of you. You have a single thought here, a single thought there. The devil's here, the devil's present. But when you do this, and you decide to set up your setup perfectly, and sit there and succumb to the first thought in mind, the root becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And the stronger it gets, the less likely you are to stop. The devil gains more and more and more control. And once he gains loads of control, he decides what happens. Which means he lied to you. Just like politicians lie to you as well, not to get political, but politicians lie to you, the devil lies to you. He tells you, jerk off is fine. Oh, don't jerk off, sorry, actually, you don't need to jerk off. And then he says, actually, you should just jerk off. I mean, it's perfect, right? You may as well. He manipulates you subtly, slowly, and evil-wise, in like a torturous way, until you eventually just succumb to his thoughts. And then you become weaker. So now you know what triggers it and who's in control of it, and why it becomes unstoppable. You can decide, I'm going to stay away from that perfect setup as much as possible. I'm going to keep myself almost uncomfortable so that doesn't happen. And also, I'm not going past the first thought, because after the first thought, it becomes more and more difficult. Like a proper addiction. You know, people who smoke weed on the weekends, smoke it on the weekends once, and after 6 months they don't again. People who jerk off on the weekend end up jerking off every single day. This is a proper bad addiction, right? It's proper bad. It's completely mind-boggling, because Satan just has more and more control. Satan, the devil, he has more and more control over your mind and over your head. So now you know, stay away from the triggers. Now you know, don't listen to that first thought. Don't even let him plant that seed, because once the seed's planted, he plants it so deep in the ground you can't get it out. You can stop it, but it will come out again eventually. Don't let him plant it, right? That's the solution. And number 3, final step of this whole protocol, is the solution I'd like to propose to you. And there's 2 different solutions, because I understand some people are atheists and completely against the idea of God. But as a man of God, I will preach my own ideas. And personally, I think each and every single person should pray to the Lord every single day. If you aren't praying to the Lord every single day, your God every single day, of course you're going to succumb to this BS. It's the devil. Do you understand? Good, God. Evil, devil. Like, the evil and the good. How would you expect the good to come if you're not even praying to God? The evil will just come. You should pray to the Lord. You shouldn't just pray to him like, yeah, dear Lord, our Father who art in heaven, say the Lord's Prayer. You should pray to him with an intent behind what you're saying. An intent to stop that porn, mind-boggling bullshit in your head. You should pray to the Lord and say something along the lines of, I promise you that's today or tomorrow. Basically, if you're praying in the evening, say tomorrow. If you're praying in the morning, say today. I promise you that today I will stay away from porn. I will stay away from this disingenuous act, this completely disgraceful and evil thing. You pray to him, you promise him this thing, and then you can't go against your words, especially not to the Lord God. And therefore, it's basically impossible. He basically protects you for the entire day, unless you're completely mind-altered. Unless you jerk off like 5 times a day, which I don't even know how that's possible, right? But if you do, perhaps this will bring you down to like 1 time a day. Honestly, it will bring you down that much. That's how much faith and trust I have in him. And I will disclose one thing just at the end for the people who actually watch to the end as well. But the second part of this protocol is for everybody to do, right? You're atheist or whatever, I don't care. You should do both of these if you're religious, by the way, because it will just completely boost your progress like 3x of those who are atheists. But look yourself in the mirror. Look into your eyes in the mirror and tell yourself, I am not somebody who will jerk off. I do not jerk off. I refuse to jerk off today. Not, I promise I may not jerk off today. I'll do my best. Don't say this stuff. The secret I want to tell you is you shouldn't say this stuff with like a half-hearted attempt. You should say this stuff with full conviction, 100% certainty. That's the secret to stopping this addiction. Because I could sit there and say, oh, I maybe will smoke weed today, even though I've never smoked weed in my entire life. Likelihood is I won't. Or I could sit there as an addicted man and say, I'm not going to try my best. I'm going to succeed at staying away from drugs. I'm not going to try my best to not watch porn. I'm going to succeed at not watching porn. I'm going to stay away from porn. Not, I'll try my best to stay away from porn. I'll really try. No, you will not try. You will succeed. It's the only way. And if you genuinely believe this with 1000% trust and certainty, it is not possible to go against this. If your words meant something, like well and truly they came from the heart, if you really wanted to stop this addiction, which you probably do, say it with certainty, with absolute conviction. Do not let anybody else convince you otherwise. People say it's good for, prostate cancer? Don't listen to them. Say, shut up, I refuse to. Or say, yeah, sure it is, buddy. Like, laugh at them, haha. And then go home and say, I will not jerk off, I will not jerk off. The most powerful version is I am, for those who know. And what I mean by this is say, like, I am not somebody who will jerk off. I refuse. I am somebody who refuses to jerk off today. Right? Say I am. It's the most powerful way of doing this. I am strong enough to stay away from my urges, for example. You can do these things. And you can build them up. You can say them loads. If you say them into your eyes through the mirror enough times, your life will change and you'll wave porn away. I guarantee you. So as long as you follow this entire protocol, porn should no longer be a thing. And jerking off will be slowly withering away until it's complete zero. And I mean complete zero. It'll be so long ago, you can remember the last time you did it. Instead of, I did it too many times today, I don't want to remember. It will be 18 years ago. That's how long it will be. And you'll remember it. You won't remember the exact day. You'll just remember, I was 18 years ago. Genuinely, you will grow up to be that strong, that powerful, and that mentally tough. And yes, 18 years is an exaggeration, I'm sure, right? But you'll be able to do this. Just like I could tell you, I remember when I tried a vape, right? I can do this. Or saying, I remember the last time I stopped because whatever, which just isn't true. I can just say, I remember when I tried it and realised it was absolute shit. And you can do the same with porn. You can do the same with jerking off. But I will give you one warning if you do this. Don't count the days because it will completely fuck your mind when you fail. Because you're not perfect. You may fail, you may fall again. But the most important thing after the fail is the response and the bounce back. So I hope you found value in this video, my brothers. Make sure to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Take care.